Welcome to the show. It's Unmask, the Laikipian spirit, and today in studio, I'm joined by two handsome gentlemen, the best photographers here at Laikipia University and maybe in the wider world. Stay tuned as we discuss more about photography. We are going to learn from this. I'm your host, Liz Hosio. Welcome, Kings.
Thank you.
Smart. So, Kings, let me start with you. Introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Alex Kins. I'm a fourth year in this university, and I'm a photographer. Yeah.
Professional?
Yeah, professional one.
Which course are you taking?
Taking the ICT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smart.
My name is Samuel Hingagadichu. I'm a third year. I'm pursuing education. Yeah, unfortunately I'm a teacher. And
unfortunately.
I'm also a photographer in Laikipia.
Oh, okay. Samie, when did you start taking pictures?
Professionally, I started this year.
Yeah. Professional, so you went to school or?
And then,
training?
You know, nowadays you don't have to go to school to be a professional. We have YouTube, we have tutorials, we have mentors who can mentor us.
This photography started way back there.
For me, it started like 2 years ago. I was working with my brother, and he was somehow a photographer, but not professional. So he used to carry me on errands, like go to weddings and stuff. So somehow I managed to get my hands on a camera, and I realized it was actually something fun. So when I started, it was something like a hobby. It was something to play around with. And then I realized a lot of people were trying to get sessions with me, and I'd get so many likes on social media, and so I realized that this was an opportunity for me. So slowly by slowly I started learning YouTube, and I also have friends who are photographers. Like there's one specifically from home, like one of the people I've been brought up with, and he does it like he's, I think, one of the best I know in this world. So he started showing me.
What is his name?
His name is Paul.
Paul, wow.
Yes. So he'd show me a few things, show me his work, and slowly by slowly I ended up learning. And then I realized here in school that there were none. Like we had no photographer ever. So I decided to start.
Samie, what's the driving factor? At least from King, can see the brother, friends.
Okay, personally, my dad is a photographer. His dad was a photographer too. So I'm a family of photographers. And since I was a child, that's what my dad did photography. And all my toys were photography, or what do we call it, a camera. Yeah, the toys were camera, those spoiled cameras, they used to play with them. He used to go with his brother. So me too, I go with my father to weddings, to burials, to dowries, and it used to be like umsi wa mkono. Yeah. So mkimbishia camera, lighting kuise pale. I was that person.
So okay, since you've started your photography thing, have you ever been involved in some event that is benefiting you? It's very important. Like you feel like, oh yeah, I think I've done something.
Yeah, actually I've shot like 2 or 3 weddings. Yeah, and when I did that, I felt at least I'm going somewhere. Yeah, at least this is a big event. I'm sure these things. I'm the only photographer, you know. Like back way then, I used to go with my dad, and he'll coach me. You should hold the camera this way. This setting are not right. But when I went alone, I felt, yeah, I think I'm growing.
Okay, so not everyone can take pictures. It takes training.
Yeah, it does. It does. And you know, people, you just give a person a camera, he shoots, and you say, oh, I can be a photographer.
Okay.
Like, just like him, I have been to a couple of weddings. Other than that, there's one that was a bit recent. I was in Washington, D.C., and we had this really huge international, should I say, conference? Yeah, and I was just taking random photos as usual, and then at the end of it all, the organizers asked me to upload all the photos that I had taken for them. And right now I just see them circulating all over internet, and I'm like, that's really big for me. Yeah.
Okay, Samie just told us you just can't wake up in the morning and say I'm a photographer. What does it take to be a good photographer?
Photography is an art, just like music. Just because you have a voice doesn't actually mean you can sing. So just because you have a camera doesn't mean you're a photographer. Yeah. So you have to have the passion to learn and the skill.
Samie, what does it take to be now Samie Smart?
Okay, so I think what you're asking, what does it take to be a good photographer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say just like him. It's actually an art, and also it's passion. It takes a lot of work. So, people normally think you take me a picture and then I'm supposed to give you like that, but it doesn't happen that way. You have to go edit the picture. Actually, that's the hectic part, editing. I can tell you about that. But to be a good photographer, take perseverance, patience, and you have to be hardworking.
Okay. Okay, we're in this digital world, and it's growing so fast. The phones with good cameras. Apart from that, what are these challenges you guys are facing in photography?
So the challenges we're facing.
Photography.
Yeah. Okay. Firstly, in Laikipia, actually, the today Laikipia, the win today, is Equafadali. Yeah. But way back, these people are not that supportive. Yeah, I can tell you, for shoot, they did not see the need to be taking professional pictures, like the Infinix you've said.
I think the biggest challenge for us would be like most people do not understand the power of a good photo. Everyone has a phone right now that has a camera. Every phone is like 13 megapixels, 16 megapixels. And simply because it has a big number at the end, people assume that is a good photo. But I can tell you that doesn't actually mean anything. It takes a lot more than the megapixels. I've seen people who get jobs simply because they had one really good photo. And I can assure you it doesn't matter what kind of a phone you have. A good camera will always take a better photo than a phone, because we know that one shot can change someone's life. I've seen a couple of competitions that I've been trying to get into. Like, they only want one photo, and they're gonna pay you like 30,000 Kenyan shillings for one photo. But I can assure you that will not be taken by a phone. Yeah.
So does photography have a specialization? Like, for example, I can say if I'm a musician, I can major in gospel, urban, pop. Does photography is photography? It has specialization. Like, personally, I value the forest, the jungle, the nature stuff. As a photography, I just love the green, and so what do I call it? I'm a jungle photographer. So and not everyone appreciates me for that, because actually this one customer of mine normally tell me at the start of the so that's my specialization. Actually, I can do an uptown photography, but when I compare it with the green stuff and the jungle, I prefer to do jungle. Kings, I had something like portrait photography. What's that?
Okay, portrait photography basically involves taking photos of people, like half photos from the waist upwards. Yeah, and I think that's where I major in most of the time. Like, most of the photos I take, you'll really see me taking a photo of someone from top to bottom, because I'm assuming when you're looking at a photo, the most important thing is like the face. No one wants to see whatever shoes you had, not unless you have a really good dress, and they'll probably want to see all of it. But for me, I value like taking people's faces, because there we have emotion, there we have the kind of mood and atmosphere that is prevailing at the moment. Yeah, but we do have different kinds of people who take landscape, like basically just mountains, hills, or people who take animals, just specifically animals.
Samie Smart.
Yeah, or buildings. I sometimes do buildings. Like there's a photo, one of the first photos I ever posted was a picture of HDS. And till now, people are always like, "Wow, that is not HDS," and I'm like, "That's what I see when I look at the building."
Yeah, okay, just before we go for a break, okay, what are you aiming? What's your aim in photography? Where do you want photography to take?
For me, I'm hoping that somewhere in the future I'll stop every other business that I have and just stick to photography, because for me it gives me the satisfaction that I need. It makes me happy, and at the same time, trust you me, good photography pays. It pays so good.
Amen. Samie.
Okay, photography, where I am to be. Personally, I feel photography is an art, and I've always wanted to be a photographer in a magazine, like taking fashion and such things. That's why I said it's unfortunate I'm a teacher, because I don't picture myself being in a classroom every day teaching people, going to that office.
You can teach from taking pictures like, oh, this student is really answering that question in a good pose. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a quick break. Very small break. We'll be back with more from Alex and Samie Smart.
New style, new ride, all is fine, but I ride it slow, 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 ride it slow.
Okay, welcome back. Alex, just before we go further, you know, you talked about taking good pictures and you're like, you did this. Do you have some, like, this one picture, like it's your favorite, you'll be buried with it? Like your favorite, like you took this picture and you're like, this is my favorite.
Yeah, I do have a couple of pictures that I still love to date, and I wouldn't say I'd be buried with them. That's weird, but yeah, I do have a couple.
Okay, from here, or because you've been abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk some.
Okay, I also have one of my favorite picture that I took. I think this picture actually identifies me. Why? During the strike this year, this time there were no students at school, so I had a shoot with one of my friends. And when I was we had just finished shooting, and I was sitting there at Vision 2030, and I was just looking at Laikipian University at home. So nilikuwa nimetulia tu hapo, nikachukua camera and I shot the whole view of Laikipian University. You could see the admin, that equatorial forest over there. That's my favorite picture.
So Alex, you've been abroad. Where actually? The US, the Sweden.
I was in the US.
Okay, so what's photography in the US and Kenya? Actually, it's very different. So where are we lagging behind when it comes to photography? How's the appreciation compared to people in the US?
I think for people abroad, they really value high quality things. That's why most of the phones that people want to be seen with are from there. Things like machines and stuff like that. So even in photography, they really value good pictures, because I noticed most parents were actually buying cameras for their children. And when you look at the camera they're buying, in Kenya, your parent would be crazy to buy that for you. Yeah, and like most of the photos that people upload, most of the photos that people use for their profiles, you realize that these are professional photos. Some photos that even I don't think I can take as we speak. So compared to Kenya, where as long as I have a phone with a selfie, I'm good, we still have a long way to go. Did
you go to the US because of photography or from other places?
No, I didn't go because of photography. It's just an opportunity that came up here in school for an exchange program. And I decided to apply with like less than 12 hours to the deadline. And somehow I got lucky and I made it.
So are you through or you're going back again?
For now I'm through with the program, but you never know. I'm just about to finish school in the next 1.5 months. Anything could happen. Okay. Yeah.
So Samie, you're talking so much about photography. Which camera are you using right now? And is it the best?
Okay. It's not actually the best camera in the market right now, but to me it's the best. It's an old school camera, a Nikon D50. Yeah. Actually, it was manufactured in 2005. So you can see it. Yeah, but I still use it.
But it's good. I've seen the pictures. They are so good. Actually, since I was not to make up for the Tuesday trivia, yeah, they are good pictures taken by Samie Smart. Alex.
So it's a Nikon D7100. It's not the best of the best, but for me it is like the best. Like most people who start photography never even get there because it's a bit expensive. But
how much does it cost here in Kenya?
Okay, currently the few prices I've seen, the cheapest one was going for 114,000
Kenyan shillings.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a price without the lens. But if you add lenses,
you buy the lens minus the camera, so they don't come together.
No, when you buy a camera, it comes with a lens. We call it a kit lens. Like it's the basic one that the camera can function with. But as you grow in photography, you realize that that lens has some limitations. Like it doesn't give you exactly what you want. So we have other more expensive lenses. If you have money, you could buy them because they change your photography game. So I got one of them. And it's doing a real good job.
Nice. So I think we are running out of time. So maybe you just look at that camera and advise that I'm in photography.
Okay, so to anyone out there who might want to venture in photography or already in photography, my advice to you would be look for help. It's you can never make it in this game alone. Samie can also tell you that we've been working with him. Sometimes he has an issue with editing or he wants to know 1 or 2 things about how I do my photography. We are out here and we are ready to help anyone who wants to learn photography, anyone who needs help. I want to leave someone who I know will take over where I stop. I want to see photos of Laikipia that I've never seen, better photos than I could take. So if you're out there and you're into photography, come see us, we'll help you.
So where do we find you?
My number has been on Facebook for a long time. Every time I upload a photo, I leave my contact there. But in case you don't find me there,
social media platforms.
Yeah, my name is Alex Kins on Facebook and on Instagram. So just look for me, DM me there, and I will get back to you.
Okay, so
if you believe you can do photography, yeah, and if you do believe you can do photography, yeah, you have people who can help you. Like me personally, I was a dwarf in this field. Yeah, he's my master. I'm even humbled to be next to him because back then I used to shoot pictures and I'll look at them. Actually, nilikuwa nashutingi picture na kupatia hata siwezi upload mahali mimi mwenyewe. Nisema ati mimi ndio nilipiga hii picture because it was that bad. But one day I met with him and we sat. He taught me step by step. This is how you edit a photo. This is how you set a camera. And yeah, he mentored me to be who I am today.
So where do you find you? Is it Samuel, Hinga, something else?
In social media platforms. In Instagram, I'm Samie Smart _ Hinga. In Facebook, I'm Samie Smart. Yeah.
Okay, also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Lud Entertainment. Visit our website www.lud.co.ke. Don't forget to tune in to our channel and subscribe, watch and share Lud TV. I've been your host, Liz Hosio, and you've heard photography is not all about just taking pictures. It has feelings and everything attached to it. Let's do this again. Till next time. Bye-bye.